Hello, MetFi family. Today I'm taking you on an exclusive visit to the Evermoon offices here in Bangkok, Thailand. As you know, Evermoon is the most recent project that the MetFi DAO invested in on behalf of the community. And today we're going to get a behind-the-scenes look at their offices and talk with their founder and CEO, Victor. So come along with me and let's take a look. Okay, and so seated with me here is Victor, the CEO and founder of Evermoon. That is our latest partner with MetFi. This is the project that MetFi last introduced to the MetFi community and last decided to invest in with the vision of finding, incubating, and supporting new Web3 and Metaverse projects that will bring value back to the MetFi community. So Victor, thanks for having us at your offices. We're at the offices of Evermoon here. Sawadee Kap. The Thai style. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Victor. My real name is Patipo Anantaratana, and Victor is my nicknames. I'm the CEO and the founder of the Evermoon projects.
I think we'll stick with Victor because I'm not sure if our international audience will be able to say your Thai name that well.
Okay, for sure.
And it's a great name for a gamer. When you are gaming, is that what you would go by as well?
No, my name's in the gaming industry was like Khaki.
Khaki?
Yeah, right.
Okay, sort of like a Thai police. You know, the Thai police have khaki uniforms, right?
Maybe.
Maybe. All right, well, thank you so much for taking the time with us today, Victor. And we're here because we want to know about Evermoon. We want to know about this exciting project. It's a fascinating story because Evermoon is a Thai tech gaming startup that has accessed the global blockchain community. And you've actually gotten quite a lot of funding from a lot of different incubators and a lot of different organizations. And MetFi is the last one, and that's it, right? You pretty much closed the investment round, right?
Yeah, yes, that's right.
So we got in right at the very tail end, right at the last opportunity to grab this, but still very early stage. It's not launched yet, right?
Yeah, that's right.
But let's backtrack to your background a little bit more, Victor. So your family is in tech?
No, not really. My family is not in the tech industry before, but they working on the plastic polymer side industry.
Wait, plastic polymer. So petroleum and plastics and nothing to do with internet or gaming or anything, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, so that's a very amazing transition. And you yourself actually were in that business as well with your family?
Yeah, correct. And currently, I have been like playing the Axie Infinities, and I found a chance that it's called like the play and earn model, and I'm very interested in it. So I'm just like stopped doing with my dad, and then I'm starting to Evermoon.
I'm gonna guess that there's a bit more backstory. Do you have an interest in the internet, or what's your interest? What drew you into this industry?
Yes. So basically, what motivated me to be in this industry is that I'm playing Axie Infinity, right? And I'm invest like a lot in Axie Infinities, and I earn a lot of money at the beginnings. And like in the long terms, I'm got lost like in the Axie Infinities, but I still see the chance. I'm imagine that. Okay, currently the NFT games or the Web3 game is very early stage in that times, and there are no games that is playing for funds that cause a real demand. There are just like a simple cards game or the mini games only. So I'm thinking about like currently there are many of the Web2 games that cause a real demand and players willing to spend money on those kind of the games. So I'm imagine that if there are that kind of the games in Web3 industry, how would it be?
So you actually liked gaming even before Axie, is that right?
Right.
So when you were a teenager or whatever, instead of studying for your exams, you're doing gaming or something?
Yeah, that's right. I'm playing like games every day when I was young or I was teenage. Like I'm playing the mobile games and the first-person shooter games, the FPS game. I'm being like playing it daily, like for at least 4 hours a day.
4 hours a day, every day, playing games. Okay, on mobile and on PC maybe, or and you actually did quite well, right?
Yep. I'm playing the Arena of Valor, like in Thailand name it's called Realm of Valor, and I'm playing this game like until it at the opening of the games, like at the first day of the openings, and I'm also like participated in the beta. And what I found is like I'm playing it until like I'm becoming the pro player. The pro player is the job in the esport, like for the gaming competitions. And even I'm being the pro player, I'm just like getting a little money from the games. But if we comparing us like to how much we spend on the games, it doesn't worth any. So yeah, that is the problems in the Web2 industry.
So basically, you can earn some money from competition, but you have to spend a lot on game elements, right? So what you spend versus what you earn doesn't really make sense in terms of making it a profitable model, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm seeing here is we're talking about two interesting elements in your own personal business development, right?
Yeah.
Your own mindset developing. On the one hand, you have Web2 gaming,
Yes.
which you had a passion for personally, right?
Right.
You started to go pro, you actually could earn. That's on the one side. And then on the other side, you saw this new opportunity of play to earn in the blockchain space or the Web3 space. And so on the Web3 side, at that time, the gaming experience was not very stimulating. It was mostly just the motivation of earning, right?
Yeah.
And on the Web2 side, you couldn't really earn because you have to spend so much on the game elements. What do you call them? The game, what? Call them?
Oh, like the items in the game.
Items, right? Okay, yeah.
Heroes, anything.
Everything from skins and to weapons and to all these things that you have to buy to support the game. So what I'm seeing here is that you, from your personal interest, identified that on the one hand, gaming experience has a big demand.
Yeah.
Right? And on the other hand, play to earn has a big demand. But each one of those had some lacks, right? Because on the one hand, you couldn't really earn much money, and on the other hand, you couldn't really experience it very much. So you've taken these two things and started the development of the idea of Evermoon, right?
Right.
And Evermoon was launched with a brother, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Like we have like different strong points. Like for me, I have like the experience in terms of the running business before because I have been running so many of the multiple business currently, and my brother have the strong point that he is like the experienced investor in terms of the blockchain industry before, and he also like the smart contract developer in many of the big tech company in Thailand. So that's mean like we both combine together. We do me doing business and he doing in terms of the developments.
Okay, so how long ago did you actually start Evermoon, like seriously, like actually start putting some money, some time, some team into it?
2021, I think. Yeah, 2021. We're doing seriously on the October.
October 21, so basically still the middle of COVID, more or less, right?
Yep, that's right.
So it's not very long, even.
Yeah.
And so then what was your startup experience? What was it like? Did you have some funding or you had to fund out of your pocket? Or?
Oh, we have to bootstrap at first. Like every startup have to bootstrap their own money at first before they going to raise fund into other stage.
So was it a substantial investment you had to put in?
Yes. For my own money, like we have been spending around 400k, over 400k already.
Of US dollars?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So that's
for my side and my brothers.
So between the two of you, so you had to have quite a confidence or belief that this was high potential then, right?
Yes.
And then what was kind of your takeoff moment, right? So you believed in this idea, you put money into it, and then you start the development, and then of course you've had a scaling period in terms of even the investment and all that. What was the turning point? What was the success story?
Yeah. So firstly, we have to look into it first that when we start to do business, right? Because if it's not legit, your money will run out anyway, right? So I'm starting from research first, like, okay, how many of the players playing this kind of the games and how can we share the market caps and what are our competitors, right? What is our unique selling point that we are better than our competitors, right? And yeah, looking at the market situation, we have to start the projects at the bad market conditions because when it's when your projects are ready, like the markets will be better and boom. Our turn point is that, okay, me and my brother like talking together that, okay, we see the gaps that, like, imagine like when I'm playing this kind of the game, right? I'm obtain like the old items or the old skin or old heroes that it cannot find anymore since like 6 years ago. But I cannot sell these items. Yeah, because it is not NFT and there is no marketplace in the Web2 games. Okay, I have the 6 years ago skin that it cannot be found anymore. I think when I buy it, like I buy it for like $10. But when I saw it, like I think it may be like at least it could go like $20, right? Like 2x. But when I sell it, like it's like $0.5.
Okay, so you're identifying an issue where actually you have valuable items in the game in the Web 2 space, but there's no marketplace to actually make use of that value, right? So you can't really sell them. And so then actually when you sell them, whereas this should be something very high value, you get a very low price.
Yep.
Because there's no perception of value created. So you want to create a situation where there are collectibles inside the game that actually enhance or grow in value with their rarity and the fact that it's only from that year and this season and all that, right?
Yeah, right.
And then also it's about the specific gaming experience, right?
Yep,
so
that's right.
Where is there a segment in the market that you can target, that you can compete, that has a demand, that is an emerging sector, right? So basically this is a business analytics process.
Yep.
You're doing an analytical process of planning out, not just about, oh, this would be nice or that would be fun, but actually like what's going to be viable as a business model, right? Because you're putting your money in.
Yeah, that's right.
But then you did actually manage to pitch Evermoon to people and start generating investment, right? So what was that turning point?
So at first, like we starting from our own fund, right? And then the first investor that coming into our projects is Koi Capital, right? They're very supportive. They trust in the gaming industry, and they play like a lot of Mobile Legends, Bang Bang, and they are big fan of it. And they have bought like a big team esport in Philippines and Malaysia. Yeah, they very trust in this kind of gaming industry, and they really know that there are a big potential in the future.
Okay, so you got one investor to come in, right?
Yeah.
And then what's been the process? You've been pitching to people, or you have third parties that help?
We starting like our own like connections first. After that, we just like being partner with couples and multiple of the partners, right? And after that, the big change is that we partner with Tier 1 Launchpad.
So what's interesting is that besides the funding side and the business development side, you actually did enter some kind of a competition, right?
Yep.
So tell us about that.
Yes, we got invited in the Thailand Game Show event, which is like the biggest Southeast Asia event for the games, for the gaming industry.
Okay.
Yep. And it doesn't mean that they invite only Web3 games. They also like invite a lot of Web2 gaming in the studio, like Riot Games, Tencent, House Studio, and many of the studios.
Okay, so big games. And there's some kind of a competition?
It is the startup game competition. They have like over 500 of the games participated in the event, and we won like the popular vote.
So in this gaming competition, they had a popular vote, and of 500 startup games, you won the popular vote.
That's right.
Okay, wow. And what did that do for your development in terms of your community development? Did that draw a lot of fan base or community to the project as well?
Yep, a lot. Like when we open like the booths in the Thailand Game Show event, right? I think there are over like 10,000 of the people coming to join us, like us in the booth, like trying our games, joining our activities.
Okay, so that really boosted your community, right?
That's
Your audience, right?
It's like the real gamer side, like it's not the investor like audience, it's the gamer audience.
Real gaming. Okay, that's amazing. So are they eager to see the final launch?
Yeah,
what's the reaction from your community?
So like everyone want us like to rush the games, right? But like good things, like good products, take time to develop.
Yeah. Let's backtrack a little bit to the problems that Evermoon solves.
I have to separate first that there are two types of the problems. The first one was the problems for the Web 2 players, and the second one was the problems for the Web 3 players.
Right.
Yeah, so every kind of NFT game or the Web 3 games, they want to solve this kind of problems. That is like the untradeable heroes, NFT or skins. Yep, that's right. But when everything can be tradable and it is fair, like demand direct to supply and supply direct to demand, right? The next two problems coming up is that like the first one was when you do everything of your item in game as the limited supply, the price would be going too high. The reason is that like that you have like the hundred of supplies, like hundred of the sort in games, right? But if it was like the multiplayer games, there are 10,000 of players coming to play your games, and what it costs, like the price of the sword would be going 100 times, 100x higher, right? Yeah, this is the first one, and yeah, many of the NFT games solve this kind of problems by doing everything as the unlimited supply. Yeah, and that caused the second problems, which is like the price is going too low. Imagine like the games sell the item as the price of $20. How would the players buying from the game as $20 can be selling higher than $20? Because you can buy this item as the $20 price as many as you want and as many and any times that you want, right?
So there's no demand.
Yeah, there's no demand, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So how we solve this? We do it as the season NFT. It is the unlimited mint, but it is the limited supply.
So within that season, there's an unlimited mint.
Yeah.
So that you can, within that season, get it at a decent price. But once the season is over, there is no more.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So whatever the mint amount was after that season, that is the limited supply from there on out.
Yeah.
And this creates a demand in terms of collectibles.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. And then what about the other problem that you solve?
The other problems that are solved is that like the players coming to join like many parts of games, right? Like when they're doing the esport, like or they're doing like the play and earn models. Like the game is not free to play, and they have to invest first before they're coming to join, right? So that causes like a lot of high barrier like for the players like to entry, like and there are like no players like imagine like Web 2 players. They didn't recognize about the wallet and they haven't heard like about the wallet before. The wallet that they would know is the purse, right?
Yes,
like,
yes.
They didn't know like about the MetaMask or any of the wallet in the blockchains. So we have to integrate those like for the easiest, like for the players. We have to know that the user is not that smart, and we have to make the easiest way, for the players to entry. So when you guys want to play our games, right, you guys can download it through the Google Store or the Play Store like a normal games. And when you guys want to log in or sign up into our games, you guys can log in with Google account or the Facebook account or the sign in with the emails. So it is very easy like to download our games and playable. And if you guys like want to top up like our games, right, you guys can just top up our games directly into like Google Store and App Store with correct policy. And we will use like the 80% of those money that we receive as a fiat money to buy back the every month, monthly. And another 20% we will use those as the cash flow in the company because it's enough like for us to run the company already. And yes, like imagine like we can gain more of the demands from the Web 2 players to buy back like the Evermoon token that is like the Web 3 demands.
Okay, so basically what you're doing is you're removing barriers to the everyday user, the Web 2 gaming enthusiast that wants to access your game but doesn't want to bother with wallets and having crypto and the blockchain space yet. They're not ready to go there, right? They have their familiar ground of their Google logins and their fiat money and the app stores. So essentially what you're doing is a hybrid, right?
Hybrid,
it's basically
right.
a hybrid between Web 2 access to Web 3 platform.
Yes.
Right? And then how about when they want to access the value in the Web 3 space? When they want tokens and all that, how does that function?
Yeah, that's a good question. Like we do it as habit, as the Jonas said. Like there will be two selections like for the players. At first, like if they was the Web 2 players, the developers will do it like everything like for the players, because we have the technologies called IMX passport. It is like you can sign in like with the things that I have been mentioned already, like Facebook, Google, or the email, and yeah, it will automatically like generate the wallet for you, and the private key the user haven't had to hold by themselves, so you haven't like had to concern about the hack. Yeah,
right.
The immutables will hold it for you, and the immutable is like the owner of the chain. So that's mean like they can, if there was like things that is hacked or any wrong thing, they can revert it back. So yeah, about the safety, you haven't have to be concerned anyway, and yeah, it will automatically generate the wallet for you, right? So there will be like the friendly UX UI design in the games, and you can tradable in the games. Like like our games put all the DeFi's and the marketplace like into the games UX UI, and you can just like do that like a normal games. Like imagine you playing Dota, but it is on mobile and as like a better economics. And another like options like for the Web3 players, the immutable X passport is just like the selections for the players. If they don't want like to connect with either immutable X passport, they can just direct do it on by yourself at the Tracer, MetaMask, or Ledger anyway. Yeah, depending on them.
So you can access with wallets if that's your preference, or you can access through this intermediary sort of gateway into the Web3 area, right? And then what about in terms of the mass market? Maybe I'll just direct the question very specifically, because obviously MetFi is invested in Evermoon, so we're interested in the game experience, yes, but we're interested in the long-term benefits and value of the project. So what are the most valuable in-game assets? Is it the items, or is it more the token, or what's the situation?
Everything in our game is NFT. Yeah, there weren't any of the non-NFT items, and everything in our games have to be used like our governance token to buy it out, like the Evermoon tokens. But anyway, sometimes we receive those as the fiat money, right? As I said, we will transfer those fiat money as the Evermoon token anyway.
Okay, so they pay in fiat, and 20% goes to your operational costs, right? And 80% to buyback. Buyback from where?
Buyback from the centralized exchange and decentralized exchange.
Okay, so you will launch on mainstream exchanges then.
Yeah.
And what's the rollout for the token? What's your roadmap?
So our tokenomics will be we're planning like to IGO at the mid-August, early to mid-August.
Just
this
a
year,
few months from now.
Yes, right.
Oh wow. Okay. So then it will go public with both. I guess you probably can't say what centralized exchanges yet. That will be an issue, but you will go onto the DEXs pretty much right away.
Right.
And what's the blockchain?
Immutable change on the layer 2 of it is the layer 2 on the Ethereum. So that's mean like the token will be listed on the Ethereum. But when they want to use any of the DeFi or trade the NFT, it is on the immutable chain.
And this helps to solve gas fees issues, right?
Yes, right. That's right. It's zero gas fee.
Zero gas fees?
Yeah.
How does that work, technically speaking? Like, because obviously Ethereum has that as a main part of their ecosystem.
So it's work like this, right? When you guys want to do any of the transaction, even on BNB chain, Ethereum chain, Arbitrum chain, or any chain in the world, right? There is like a huge gas fee. The reason is that when you guys want to do any of the transaction, it's like, okay, this player is doing as this transaction like directly. One player is equal to one transaction, but Immutable is the layer 2 chain on Ethereum that is doing like for the gaming industry to solve this kind of problems. It is like to combine the transaction together. Like imagine like 10 players use only one transaction. So that means like the price fee will be a lot lower, and it is zero gas fee on the immutable chain.
What about the gaming experience?
Evermoon's games, like the quality would be like the normal as the similar games that the normal players cannot like separate that it is like, okay, this is the quality of the Web3 games, or this is the quality of the Web2 games. Our games will be similar as the normal games as you guys play every day, and the mechanics and the graphic quality would be fun like a normal games also. But it's add more on that, like it shares some of the revenue of the company back to the players. That means like players coming to play the games, they can earn some money back. when they play the games. And yes, that's right, the assets of their in games like the item, skin, heroes will be all as the NFT, and they can tradable those of the item in the marketplace. And yes, it will be a value because we do it as the seasonal NFT, right? That is the unlimited mint, but the limited supply per each season.
So the nature of the game, what would you characterize your game as?
Massive online battle arena.
Oh, MOBA. Okay, so massive online battle arena. Are there territories as well? Do you
Yes.
unlock territories?
Our game is not like to pay to win games.
Right.
Like pay to win game is some kind like the MMORPG or the RPG game that is not just the skill play to play those kind of the game. You have just to use money who paid more that win,
Yes.
right? But our games is fair games. It's called the skill play games. Like each of the match will end in that match. And there will be like 5 heroes in each of the teams, and there will be selective roles like for each team, and how they play it will depends on the players, on their strategy. That okay, how would they like plan the strategy? There are so many ways like to play like this kind of game as a teams. Currently there are over 300 million players playing this kind of a game every month.
Where are they mostly situated? In Asia more or
Southeast Asia, right?
Southeast Asia?
Yes.
So it's very localized here, so it's very popular.
Right.
And in terms of your device, like how powerful of a device do you have to have?
The average price that they can be played, 4,000 baht would be like around, I think about
A little over $100.
Yeah,
phone.
100
so
bucks.
An Android phone for a little more than $100 you can play and it's fine.
right.
And you need a very strong connection?
Not very exact need. Like it's just like a normal Wi-Fi house or like a normal like your mobile like connections. Is
So
fine.
you don't need 5G.
No,
you
no
can
need.
very much function on
Yeah.
4G.
4G is still fine.
What stage is the game at right now? Is it beta? It's already launched at some level, right?
Right. We have been launching the alpha already, and we achieved like the 50K of download in the Southeast Asia region only.
Wow. And right now you've got daily users, you've got players already coming in, or?
At the first 2 weeks that we're launching, we got the 8,000 of the daily active user every day.
What's your feedback? What are they saying?
Most of the audience coming from Philippines, Indonesia, and Malaysia. Thailand and Vietnam also. The Philippines, Malaysia, and the Indonesia feedback was very good because like the game that they play is the Mobile Legends Bang Bang, and the game mechanics is very different like from our game side. And yep, they really like us like about the smooth gameplays and the mechanic gameplays.
How about, just quickly before we wrap up, on the tokenomics side? So, you know, anyone holding tokens, they're always worried about pump and dump and rug pulls and all that. How do you deal with these tokenomics issues?
We collaborate with the launchpad, right? So what is the main purpose of the launchpad? Prevent the user from rug pull. If we do the IDO by ourselves, like sales by ourselves, what will happen? There is no back guarantee that we're not gonna rug pull.
Yeah.
But the launchpad will have the term and the policy for the investor.
Okay, so there's a layer of protection for the investor,
Right.
that you have to comply with those terms and conditions or refund the money.
Right.
That's fantastic. Well, thanks so much, Victor. That's been very illuminating. Do you have anything you want to say to the MetFi community or to anyone?
Yes, sure. So thank you, MetFi DAO communities, like for supporting us always. Like you guys are very cute. Like you guys always coming to follow us on Twitter and always like make the reactions like to our posts, every post like on Twitter, on the Facebook.
And if the community want to buy the token directly,
It will be at the mid of the August. Currently, there are no any of the sales on the Evermoon available. So that's mean like if there are any currently, it is scam.
oh, okay. So if you see any, that's a scam. It's a fake thing. It's not the real thing. It's not been released
Yeah.
yet. We really appreciate you taking your time to share with the MetFi community and with the world about this awesome opportunity. Make sure you follow Evermoon in whatever social platform you like, and make sure that those gamers out there go ahead and try it. You can go straight to the Play Store and the App Store, right? It's
Right,
already
right.
there. You can sign up easily. You can start enjoying some gameplay and the experience of Evermoon. Thank you very much.